Clock is rolling. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Vehicle pitching downrange.
Chambers pressure nominal.
We are T plus 40 seconds into the flight of Starship. 33 Raptor engines powering the first stage.
Power and telemetry nominal.
We've heard power and telemetry nominal call out. We're heading downrange over the Gulf of Mexico. And that call out tells us Starship is through the period of greatest stress on the way to space. Now the next major event is hot staging in just over 90 seconds from now. To get ready, the booster will shut down all but 3 of the Raptor engines. Clamps holding the 2 stages together will release, and the Starship's second stage will ignite its engines. Starship will then separate from the Super Heavy booster and head to space. And at the same time, the 3 engines that are still firing on Super Heavy will flip the booster around. 10 more engines will ignite for the boost back burn, putting the first stage on path for a splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh my gosh, guys, all the engines are lit. Look at that thing go, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, wow. All the engines are lit, none of the engines are out. None of the engines are out. Safe
Engine power continues to look nominal on 33 Raptor engines. We're about to shut down the first stage and perform staging. Let's watch and listen.
They're still lit.
And acquisition of signal Houston and New Orleans.
Oh, here we go.
Booster engine cut off.
Oh my gosh.
Stage separation.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Starship has separated.
Successful hot stage for SpaceX's Starship.
Starship has
Views of
separated.
our Super Heavy booster. And as you can see, the Super Heavy booster has just experienced a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. However, our ship is still underway with all 6. And we just heard there, ship avionics, power and telemetry nominal. All 6 engines are lit, as you can see from the GUI there at the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
Starship's still flying. There it is. Starship is still flying.
Now, we did know that the that hot staging was going to be incredibly dynamic. We knew that there was a chance that the booster would not survive, but we're going to take that data and figure out how we can make the booster better for the next hot stage.
Yeah, that hot staging put a lot of load on the top of the booster. And of course, it flipped around there, a lot of dynamic stuff happening. But ship is still going strong.
And it's doing great.
That was a beautiful
right
launch.
now, the ship, the second stage, is on its way. Like we said, you can see all 6 of its engines are ignited.
All 6 engines are still lit.
The next major milestone for the ship will be the shutdown of those engines,
My gosh.
or SECO,
That launch
second
was
engine
beautiful.
cutoff, which if you follow our Falcon 9 launches, familiar
That launch was
terminology there.
beautiful.
So far, today
All
has
the
been
engines were lit.
incredibly
No engines
successful,
were
even
out.
with the RUD of the Super Heavy booster. This is amazing.
Primary
It looks like
objective
the
of the
booster
booster
lost
today to
control.
get to hot staging, to get ship on its way to orbit. It did that admirably.
Yeah, we definitely asked.
Starship trajectory nominal.
All right, great news there. That trajectory for ship is
Acquisition of
nominal.
signal, Cape Canaveral.
Once again, Starship's second
They don't have
stage
any views
is
on
firing those
Starship, I don't know
engines.
why.
And as you just heard, everything's looking good. Now, for the ship, we wanted it to survive hot staging, which, as you can see there by that little dot on your screen, it did. We also want to basically demonstrate that the successful startup of those engines, demonstrating controlled ascent, which is what it's doing right now, and eventually orbital insertion. We are hoping to basically send this around the Earth, and if it makes it this far, splash down in the Pacific Ocean, a couple hundred miles north of Hawaii. Now, if we get that far, like all of that sounds great. Secondary objectives for ship, again, continuing to gather engine data and about its health, performance.
Nominal ship chamber pressures.
Great news there. That tells us that the chamber pressures inside of the Starship, again, that's that small dot on your screen, basically the propellant pressures in the ship are looking good.
Yeah, the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see essentially a user interface showing us which engines are lit. So the 3 center sea level Raptor engines on ship are gimbaling engines. The 3 outer engines in the triangle, the larger ones, are Raptor vacuum engines. All of them continuing to fire nominally. So they're at the pressures that we expect to try to get into our target trajectory today.
Yeah.
And we're not targeting orbit today. We're targeting almost orbit today. That's very intentional as part of the mission design. The goal is to get to a thrust profile similar to what we would need for orbit, but also
And
to get to the energy levels that the ship would need to dissipate for re-entry. And so we're actually going in a suborbital trajectory today, but that trajectory will get us to the energy levels that we need at re-entry, where we can really stress that heat shield and get valuable data on re-entry. And those calls that we are still on a nominal trajectory here and seeing nominal pressures means that we have a really good shot of hitting our target orbit.
Yeah. Now, if the booster had survived, we would be around the time where it would be getting ready to land, performing its re-entry, but it unfortunately did not survive. That being said, that's okay. It survived several seconds after hot staging, so we're going to take that data and improve the hot staging sequence and probably improve the hardware itself for the next flight.
They're standing by for a call out here. Coming up on the projected time that ship would shut down its engines.
As you can tell by the excitement from the crowd here at Mission Control Center in Hawthorne, there's a great view of our Star Command Center. That's our control center at Starbase, Texas. The crowd here, Mission Control Center behind us in Hawthorne. Everyone is super exciting. What a successful day this has been so far.
I don't know if it blew up or not. It looks like it blew up, but I don't know if it did. It kind of looks like it blew up. Oh my gosh, what a launch.
And I mean, up to this point, major successful milestones through hot staging, which was the big objective today. So we are going to head into the coast phase, planned for the next about hour and 5 minutes. We'll be returning around the T+1 hour and 15-minute mark. And that's while we're waiting for Starship to continue on to its next step for reentry. We're not totally sure what video we're going to get, and that video comes normally by overflying ground stations, but we don't have a ton along our flight path. So fingers crossed that we will get some via Starlink on this mission since we're testing that out.
I think the vehicle blew up. From what it looks like.
And also give us a moment. We are hearing some chatter on the net, so we're going to try to parse that for you.
I think the ship blew up. It was going just fine, and then I don't know what happened. Unless it shut down. I think it blew up. I don't know. I don't think it did, but it just looked like it did. But it shut down. The engines for sure shut down. Oh my gosh. All the engines in the booster were lit. None of them went out. All the engines on the booster were lit. Same with the Starship. What a launch.
John Innsbrucker back here in Hawthorne at our webcast desk. We have lost the data from the second stage. We had heard a call out that we were internal guidance, which means we were getting near the end of the approximately 6-minute burn of Starship. But we haven't gotten any more data since then. So we think we may have lost the second stage.
Yep.
So we would not be into coast phase. We wouldn't be able to come back in an hour or so and possibly get ready for reentry. However, what we do know right now is we had an on-time launch at 7 o'clock.
Oh,
We
dude,
got
you
through
guys
the
have
boats.
enough
First stage looked beautiful
data
with
for
33
the
Raptor
next
engines
launch.
firing. We got the hot staging, you know, the thing that we really wanted to see and impressed. We saw the separation. We saw the flip maneuver. We saw the light up of the 6 Raptor engines on Starship, and it headed away. Everything really looked good.
Oh, yeah.
But what we do believe right now is that the automated flight termination system on second stage appears to have triggered very late in the burn as we were headed downrange out over the Gulf of Mexico. But the real topping on the cake today, that successful liftoff, Kate, Shiva, the hot staging is just beautiful. Exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, ultimately, honestly, such an incredibly successful day. Even though we did have a RUD or a rapid unscheduled disassembly of both the Super Heavy booster and the ship, that's great. We got so much data, and that will all help us to improve for our next flight.
Of course, and that's why we flight test, and you can bet that there's going to be more to come. So we really do want to thank you all for joining us. Of course, we want to thank the people of Cameron County. We want to thank all the federal agencies that have supported us for our test, and of course, a huge congratulations to the entire SpaceX team on getting through this flight test today. And I think with that, we're going to sign off from here in Hawthorne.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
No! What a launch! Holy crap! All the engines were lit. Like, all the engines were lit on booster. Holy crap. You gotta be kidding me. So it doesn't look like SpaceX did this stream in 4K, but I got the footage, so that's all that matters. Wow. Well, I'm gonna look at my recording, go through it. What a day, guys. What a day. Sucks that Starship blew up. But, what a launch. all engines were lit on first stage, second stage. All engines were lit too, but something happened. Hey, I don't care. They got that far. That's enough data for them. Whew. Wow. Can't wait for the next Starship launch. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next time I'll make sure that how my recording set up somewhere else, but it's too early in the morning for me. I'm not a morning person, but yeah, I will probably go live later and look at the video. So yeah, what a launch by SpaceX. Even though it was a failure, it was still a success. They gotten really far with this launch today. Enough data for next launch. Yeah, it's gonna be even better next time. So I will see you guys next time. And make sure to follow my YouTube and my Facebook and my Twitter for updates. Yeah, I'm just in shock. They did it. Even though Starship blew up and the booster blew up, none of them, they didn't return any of them. The data is what matters, and that's what SpaceX got. So I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Have a great day and night.